Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message is for, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. I am Empress Real One. Tonight I'm doing a all zodiac sign reading. That doesn't mean that I'm going one sign by one sign or one sign by the other. This is a reading for all zodiac signs. If the reading resonates with you, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. You know, a lot of people get confused about zodiac signs in general. The signs of the zodiac are divided up in a number of different ways. The principal divisions are three qualities, which represents types of activities, and the four elements, which represent tendencies of temperaments. The qualities are cardinal, fixed, and mutable, and the elements are fire, earth, air, and water. I hope that was easy for some of you, because a lot of people get confused. The qualities, I want to go over them. Cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, right? So cardinal signs initiate action. Then often they do lose interest. They tend to be active, independent, social, and outgoing people. Absolutely. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. These are cardinal signs. These people, they initiate action. They get bored. They lose interest, right, with people. So if you're dating one of them, you better keep the fire going. You know, these signs are very active. They're independent. They're social. And they are most definitely outgoing. Fixed signs are Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, right? So fixed signs, they stabilize and preserve what has been started. They tend to be constant, reliable, and determined. However, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, they are stubborn, inflexible, and resistant to change. They do not like change. So don't try to date one of them thinking you're going to come in and change anything about them. They change for themselves, not for you. Mutable. Let's talk about mutable people. Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Geminis, right? Mutable signs, they diffuse and pass on what has been started, and then they stabilize it. They tend to be flexible, resourceful, adaptable, and quick to learn. But they also are changeable and easily swayed away from their purpose. So if you're dating one of them, This is the sign that you can get to change their mind. But Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, you will not get them to change who they are. Now let's speak about the elements, as we all know, which are fire. Fire is Aries, Leo, and also Sagittarius. Fire signs are very active. They're very active people. They're energetic and they're courageous. Not scared of too much of anything. But then they're very idealistic as well. They're very self-sufficient and they are dynamic. So if you are one of them, or if you're somebody that's dating one of them, you're dating somebody that's has their shit together in some form or fashion. You know, they're, how can I say, they are the visioners and they need to be in charge. They need to be in charge, so don't try to push them into places that they don't want to be, because these people are leaders. Let's speak about earth signs. Let's start with Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Earth signs are practical people. Definitely practical. They're very cautious, pragmatic, and good at managing people and things, right? You know, they need stability. They definitely have a need for stability and security. This keeps them down to earth and focused on the material world. You know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, these are your hard workers, right? They are all about that money, 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 so that they can have a good life. They want security. They want stability. And so they're going to work hard at getting it. But it doesn't mean that the other signs won't do the same. I'm just telling you who's the front runner of that. We have air signs, which are Geminis, Libras, Aquarius. Air signs are intellectual people, very intelligent. They communicate, very talkative people, let me just say. They're social, very articulate as well. And they have a need to acquire, to understand, to communicate, and compare information, which prompts them to use, to share, and apply it to what they know. And if you followed me, and if you've listened to any of my readings, what do I tell you about Geminis? Stop oversharing with the Gemini, real talk, because they like to collect information and use it against you later. So don't try to get into an argument with the Gemini. When you think you're about to walk away from a Gemini, they'll be like, I'm going to call your job and tell them what you did, or you stole this and that. They know all your secrets. So stop sharing so much information with Geminis. True story, Geminis, don't get mad at me. Now let's speak about water signs, right? Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is the end of it, right? Let's speak about the water signs. Listen, a lot of people like to say that they are sensitive, but I like to beg to differ. And I like to say that water signs have very powerful emotions, right? They're very intuitive. These are the romantics of the zodiac. And they're very fruitful. That means they give to people more so than what a person truly deserves, right? And they have this need to feel rather than think. And that makes them psychic. True story. They have a need to fill you out. I'm a water sign. Listen, I do readings, but I don't do readings for everybody. True story. I don't. I like to feel energy. And if I don't like you and if I don't vibe with you, I'm returning your money back to sender. When you book a reading with me, I'm going to sit there for a minute. I'm going to look over your name. I'm going to rub my thumb across your name, and I'm going to feel your energy. Guess what? When you book with me, whether I accept it, I feel your energy. You open the door for me to be able to look into you. So if I don't like you, you may be getting a return on your money. But we like to feel. We like to feel before we think. Psychics, most of us are very creative, very fluid, and we're changeable. We can adapt to any environment. We can adapt to any situation. I always tell my kids, when I get old, don't put me in the nursing home. Drop me off in the jungle somewhere, and I bet you I'm going to be good until it's time for me to close my eyes. You don't have to leave me with water or food. I'm a survivalist. I'm going to survive. We're changeable. We can adapt to any situation, any circumstances. Trust me. Let me tell you, I just needed to go over this so everybody can really have an understanding of the zodiac. I'm going to do something different because I get bored. I do. I get bored of doing the same thing. But I'm not going to tell you in advance because I do have watchers. I have beautiful people, other tarot readers that like to watch. I've even had a couple of tarot readers that gifted me monies, which I'm truly grateful for. Then I have the other kind that like to watch and they like to use what I say in their readings, right? But don't forget the most important thing about me. Don't look at me as the medium who can connect with spirit. Don't look at me as the psychic who can read you and everything around you. Look at me as the root worker. I'm so serious. When I receive messages, they're not mine. I get them from spirit. That's how I am able to read a person. I connect to spirit, have been since I was a kid. You always have to be careful, and I always send out so many warnings. Don't fuck with me. I am not the same as you. I promise you, I've walked on both sides. True story. I walked on both sides, and here I am. I always tell everybody, before you book a reading with someone, make sure that's what you want to do. Understand them. Always read a person's bio. Don't just come up here because you have over about 20,000 people saying that they're a tarot reader or a psychic or a medium. Just because they're saying that don't mean that you need to click the button, because some are false. Some work with demonic spirits and some work with angelic spirits. So you have to be cautious of who you encounter. When people take from me, I just sit back. I'm grateful to each one of my followers, but I'm truly grateful for the ones who pay attention, who really come here, watch my readings, send me messages and videos and be like, look, this person just copied you. I'm grateful to you, but I don't need you to do that. I know. I know. And guess what? I just send my family that way. You don't get to do dirt. You don't get to hurt and not think that you're going to have consequences behind it. You know, true story. I'm sitting there today in the living room. I'm having a relaxed day. Ooh, I needed to relax. I needed to unwind. And then I received a ping on my phone. Someone wanted a reading. I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay. I'm just glancing at the person's name. I pushed them to the side. My husband calls me. I said, I have a reading today. This person booked a blended reading. I said, but I'm not getting anything. I spoke too soon. As soon as I said I'm not getting anything, I'm not feeling anything, then I started feeling something, which was very heavy. However, my daughter was sitting beside me, and she got up. She said, "Mommy," I said, "Where are you going?" She said, "You're scaring me." I said, "What did I do? I'm just sitting here." She said, "You don't know what you were doing?" She said, "Absolutely not." She gets up. She lets the dogs out. I'm sitting there because now I'm confused. I'm like, what was I doing? She said, "Ma, you don't know what you were doing." I said, "Please tell me, what was I doing?" She said, "Let's talk about it later. You scared me." I said, "You know, I never mean to scare you." She said, "You just say you weren't yourself." When people dive into spirituality, you connect to different deities. With you connecting to different deities, this is where your information comes from, most people. Some information comes from your ancestors. That's the easiest. But when it comes from strangers, you're opening your door to another world, to strangers, to people you don't know. Just because someone is in the spiritual world, in a different realm, it doesn't mean that everyone is a good person. When you do readings for people, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what the information is going to be. She said, "Ma, you started whispering and you started saying things." I said, "Why didn't you record me?" I said, "Because I have no clue what I was saying or what even happened." I open my doors. I keep my doors open because I never want to miss a message. A lot of psychics, a lot of mediums set boundaries. I never set boundaries because I don't want to miss a message from my mother. I don't want to miss a message from my father, from my sisters, and so on. I don't want to miss a message from my family, so I never set boundaries. However, when I receive messages and I'm able to deliver them to people, I'm receiving that from my team, a team that I pray to, a team that I give to. Even parts of me I give to. I feed as they feed me. It's an even exchange. So when a person comes up here to try to take, to try to copy, best believe you're not doing it right. And when you do that, something is headed your way. I am so protected. People don't understand that many people are protected in a different way. When you try to cause harm, things return to you in a variety of ways. So you just have to be careful with that. Watch, learn. I'm here to share. I'm here to teach, and I'm here to engage as much as I possibly can. But tonight, we're doing an all zodiac sign reading. If the reading is for you, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. If the reading is not for you, and if it doesn't make sense to you, throw it out. Click off. When I do a reading, if the reading is for you, it'll be for you from the rooter to the tutor. That's from the beginning to the end. There's no in between. You don't need to take a piece from here and a piece from there to make it fit your situation. You know, I often have people to say, "I love the reading, but you said if the reading was for me, it'd be for me from the beginning to the end." I stand on that because I do personal readings. I'm always going to connect with someone. I'm no doubt about it. I'm always going to connect to someone. So then that reading is going to be for that person if only one person gets it. When I started off this channel, when I started off all my platforms, I started off with one person. So I was constantly reading for that one person. And then 2 people came, and then 3 people came, and then many came. I feed off energy. I feed off energy. My spiritual team, they feed off energy as well. When you open yourself up to a reading, understand that we're going to pull out things that you may not want pulled out. I have my daughter in the background. I may not see all of your messages. If I don't see your messages, I'm definitely not ignoring you. I just don't see your messages. I wear bifocals. So I have her in the background, and she will respond to you. She's there for me in a major way when she can be. Sometimes you may get my husband in the background as well. Now, sometimes he may respond, and sometimes he may not at all. However, he's always in the background watching, right? Because neither one of us, we don't tolerate disrespect on this channel. We will mute you. We don't do disrespect. In real life, I don't do disrespect at all. I don't argue. I don't argue. I don't believe in wasting my energy. I don't argue. But let's go. My daughter's coming to tell me something in person. I knew it. Didn't I tell you? Yes.
Somebody asked if you have any advice on becoming a medium.
Okay, my daughter just came to tell me. She says someone asked if I had any advice on becoming a medium. Let me tell you, I see this so often. A lot of people, they go to people that they think can teach them, right? And sometimes a person can when that person is authentic. There are times, okay, I'm just going to give you the nitty gritty of it, okay? Listen, I'm going to be a straight shooter, okay? People are born with gifts. Some people are born with gifts to be psychics, and that's it. There are others who are born with gifts to be psychics and mediums, a collab. There are people that see and never say a word because they are afraid of their gifts, not understanding what they're seeing, never discussing it with anyone. There are people that will try to take a course. And when they try to take a course to become a medium or to become a psychic, guess what happens? You have to give something. I'm going to be totally honest with you. You have to give something. If I am doing a spell, let's just say, because I'm a root worker, generational. If I'm doing a spell, depending on who I'm asking to help me with the spell, I have to give them something. I have to give them something that's important to them. So depending on who I'm using, I have to give that entity what they like. What a lot of people don't tell people when they take classes to become psychics or when they take classes to become mediums, they don't tell you eternally you're going to go through a whirlwind and you have to be able to give something. Everything is a sacrifice when you're not born with it. True story. If anybody tells you anything different, they're lying. I don't believe in doing any type of work when children are around. I don't believe in doing any type of work when a child is around because entities feed off of children. They're our weakest. right? So being that they are weakest, they're easy to penetrate, to violate, to get into. However, you can connect to spirit. Everyone can. Everyone has someone that has crossed over. Everyone has. I don't care if a person says, I was adopted, I don't know my family. You came from somewhere. You are connected to a bloodline. Call out to them. Call out to your angels. Don't be afraid to speak to them. Call out to your family members by name. If you don't know their names, let's just say I'm using the example as if someone was adopted. If you don't know their names, you say, I'm calling out to my ancestors of my paternal and maternal bloodline. Because you come from a bloodline, you come from somewhere. Meditate on that. Your angels are always around you. No lie, they're always around you. True story. They don't intervene in our lives, not unless it's absolutely an emergency, something like they feel like it's not your time. Then they will get themselves involved. I don't care how many mistakes we make. I don't care how many times you stand up and fall down. They're not going to intervene. Now, they may get tired of watching you stand up, fall down, but they're going to let you do it until you ask them for help. They're always here to help us. First way of connecting. Most important way to connect. Always connect with your bloodline. Always connect with your family. It's so important to do so. That strengthens everyone. We are all energy. With us being all energy, we should always speak to our ancestors. It strengthens them and it strengthens us as well. No matter what your culture is, no matter what your skin complexion is, you should, without a doubt, always connect to your bloodline. You should always call out to your spiritual team. And your first spiritual team is going to be your ancestors. Even if your cousin just passed away yesterday, now that is an ancestor. I don't care if your aunt passed away a month ago, that's an ancestor. Anyone that has crossed over that is a part of your bloodline is an ancestor. We all believe in different things. So it's really hard for me to get into the dynamic of becoming a medium. But if you decide to do that, be careful with who you align yourself with, because they all want something. They all need something. And you always have to give something. There's no other way around it. And if anybody tells you anything different, it's not the truth. You always have to give. So what are you willing to give to have a gift if you were not born with it? What are you willing to give? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because we all have to give something if you're not born with it. There are many books in your library. There are many books in the bookstore, right? And everybody has their way of connecting with spirit, right? However, what they all leave out is that you have to give in order to receive. Nothing is for free. Not in the spiritual world and not in this realm. There's nothing that's for free. Now, how do you know if you were born with it? You would have started seeing things when you were a kid, right? Okay, fine. You didn't see something when you were a kid. Did you have a health scare? because a lot of people who were not born with it, if they've had a health scare, right, to whereas they almost crossed over, when they come back in alignment, there's someone new. The way they think, the way they are, what they feel, what they taste, their senses are illuminated in so many different ways. I was recently asked by a person if I would teach, right? Have I ever thought about teaching a class for people to connect with spirit? And I said, I would need some time on that because you have to give something. So if you're not born with it, if it wasn't given to you because you went through a crisis, a health scare, seriously, true story, then yeah, there are other ways to get the gift, but you have to give something. And what are you willing to give? You have to think about that because you don't have a choice in what you give. You don't have a choice. So I hope I answered that in the best way that I can. But we all believe in something different. We can all be spiritual people, but just because we're all spiritual people, I'm not a religious person at all. So anybody that comes up here and they want to say God is going to get you, I'm going to tell them, then you go to hell. Because if we have any type of entities like that or deities like that, then those are things that you shouldn't be praying to. True story. And from my recollection, what I was always taught, we were here first before religion. So I don't do religion. I am not that person. Man was here before religion. Woman was here before religion. So if I am first, then I can't partner with the book. I believe in the power of free will. But everybody's family is different. My family is not going to be the same as your family, and my family's beliefs are not going to be the same as your family beliefs. Everybody's cultures are different. But remember the biggest thing that I told you. You have to give something. If you weren't born with it, you have to give something. I don't care if it's a medium that you see on television. I don't care if it's a medium that hasn't worked in a long time. They've all given something. And when they betray, when they cross the line, things are taken away. Do you get what I'm saying? So what are you willing to give? Think about that. I don't care. You can buy 20, 30, 40, 50 books from a bookstore, go to a library. However, your first connections are to your ancestral line. You should always go to your ancestors first, period, before you try to do anything. And you can ask them to show you that they are around. The one thing that spirits do, they will show you that they are around. Another thing I will, after connecting with my ancestors, and they'll let you know by a touch, by a smell. They may knock something on the floor, but they're always going to let you know that they are around. You just have to be strong enough in your convictions to be able to hear, to be able to feel, to be able to see, to be able to taste. You have to be open. And once you're open, you can go a little further. Your next step, I would learn to control energy. And it's not that you are 100% controlling energy. I have a video, I think I did it about a year ago, and I showed people how to feel energy with their hands and their fingers. So now you've connected with your ancestors. Now that you've connected with your ancestors, you're learning about smell, because some spirits will come in as a spell. Then they will come in as a touch, right? Let's just say if the hairs on the back of your neck stand up or you begin to get goosebumps, whatever the case may be, they're going to come in as a touch, a smell, or even a taste. Now you've mastered the art of being open to them. Your next step is mastering and being able to feel energy. Now I have taught the energy class, which is so simple because we do it as children. But a lot of us, when things happen in our life, we forget the innocence of who we are. So after you've learned to connect with energy, now you connect with you, your inner child. So this is how you'll know if you're a psychic, if you're a medium, because now you're going back in and you're opening yourself up to the beauty around you. That when things happen in our lives, all we see is negativity, confusion. At a certain age, people begin to lose their innocence. Children lose their innocence when they are traumatized, but you can connect back to your youthful self. Oh, I hope I gave you enough answers. But the most important thing is you always have to give something if you weren't born with it. But before I try to take a class and give somebody 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000, because yes, it can get costly. But just because you pay someone, it doesn't mean that you're going to walk away having a gift. Connect with yourself first to see if it's in you. Connect with yourself to see if it's already there, because sometimes people are psychic and mediums, but it's asleep. Something put it to bed. Something made it lie dormant, and you have to go in and see if you can wake it up first. It would be foolish to pay someone to teach you something that's already a part of you if it's in you. First, I would try to wake it up myself. If you cannot wake it up yourself and you really want to go further, come back to me. However, there's always something you have to give, and you have to be willing. A lot of people fall from grace because you don't give one time. It's continuously. You have to continuously feed the other round. So you have to be willing to give. If it's in you, the only thing you have to do is be loyal to your gifts. Be honest to your gifts and be true to your gifts, and that's the price. But if it's not in you and if you want it, then you have to give something. But you won't give one time. You have to continuously give. I hope I answered that for you. I don't know if I should still do the reading, right? I don't know. Listen, I'm going to try to give you as much information as I possibly can. But you have to be faithful to it. If it's in you and it can be awakened, then I would go that route first before I try to pay someone. I wouldn't go and pay someone $1,000 to up to about $20,000 for real. I wouldn't do that. I would first see if it's asleep in me. Did something put it to sleep? Did something happen in my life that hurt me that I locked it away? I would try to do that first before I do anything. And if you can unlock it, and if you start to taste If you start to feel, if you start to see, I'll give you the perfect example. My husband is online right now, and he can confirm. We recently went to North Carolina, and I went to see my uncle. There was a car that was driving on the side of us. In the left, on the left side, my husband was driving, I was on the passenger side. My husband said, that guy must be drunk or he must be sleepy. I said to him, do you want to see if he's drunk? And he looked at me. I said, listen, do you want to see if he's drunk? My husband allowed the car to get side beside him. And I said, breathe slowly. And as he breathed, he was breathing slowly. He was like, oh my goodness, I can smell it. So he smelled the alcohol from the car next to us, even though our windows were open, air conditioner was on, the car next to us, their window was on. You don't question, you just do. So don't question, do, but you have to be in a relaxed state of mind. So the first thing that I would give to you is to connect back to yourself. If it's in you, then you can wake it up. If it's not in you, you have to give something, and it's not going to be cheap. First, they take your money, then they take parts of you. Remember that. First, they take your money, then they take parts of you. Because when you pay someone to teach you, you have to give something. And it's not a one-time deal. And if anybody tells you anything different, they're not being honest. And that's the first rule to being a psychic and a medium, is that you always, and you should be, and you must be honest. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This is an all signs reading for every zodiac sign. If the reading resonates with you, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. If the reading does not resonate with you, don't take anything from it. Once I begin, you'll know if the reading is about you. If it's not, I wouldn't listen to anything that is not for me, because I don't want to be confused at all. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. I have a son that's a seer, and he doesn't like to see. He doesn't like spirit to enter his space. And every time spirit comes around and tries to connect with him, he vomits every single time. Ever since he was a kid, and right now he's in his 30s, and he still vomits. He said, Ma, show me how to stop it. I told him, you have to stop running. But my son is mean. I'm going to be honest with you. He's mean. And it won't stop until he changes himself. So there's so many different levels. I can explain so many different levels, but any level that I explain, it's not going to make sense to you until you first go within yourself and try to wake it up. If it's in you, it'll be there and you can wake it up. If it's not in you, bottom line, it doesn't matter whomever you pay, they'll smile in your face. But guess what? You have to pay dearly beyond the monies that you give. And they'll never tell you that. They'll never tell you that. Why do you think so many mediums and psychics, they either become drug addicts. They either become alcoholics because there's an ultimate price later. You start off a little bit, so you think it's easy. I'll pay the price. And then when you can't pay anymore or you don't want to pay, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to give something big later. Just keep that in mind. I've cleansed my space. If this reading is for a male, I will say so. If this reading is for a female, I will say so. But understand that we are all energy and we possess both masculine and feminine energies. All of us, each and every one of us. We possess masculine and feminine energies. And I have a bonus card. I'm not going to do reversals because this is not a personal reading, so I'm not going to do reversals. I hope everyone is doing well. We're starting off with the Chariot. We're starting off with the number 7. This is the Cancer card. Some people say Pisces, some people say Scorpio. But I'm going to say this is the Cancer card. This is the Chariot. You know, when the Chariot appears, that's somebody that's going full speed ahead. This is someone that has it. They have a lot of willpower. They are determined to have their victory. There's something, no matter what, that you want to do, you're thinking about doing, and you're not going to let anybody stop you. You're going full speed ahead. I say you're going all gas, no brakes. Excuse my examples. Listen, I'm a biker. But we have the Knight of Pentacles, right? Once again, the Knight of Pentacles, you have this unwavering attitude. Nothing is going to move you. Nothing is going to stop you. You're thorough within your convictions. You know this is what you want to do. You're not going to let anybody stop you. You've thought about it, and you have realistic goals about whatever this is that you desire to have. But you're going full speed ahead. Hi, how are you? We have the Six of Cups. When the Six of Cups appears in a reading, this is someone thinking about their childhood, or you're just thinking about something from the past, person, situation, or place, but you're reminiscing. Or it could be someone who wants to reconcile with you. It doesn't mean that it has to be a past lover. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. But there's someone that wants to reconcile with whomever I'm speaking to. We have Justice. This is the number 11. This is Justice. This is our Libra card. And I love to see justice in any reading because this is whomever I'm reading for. This is you that wants balance. You know, this person that wants to reconcile, maybe you've asked your spiritual team to make things fair. Maybe this person, the reason why you're not in contact is because they've disrespected you in some form or fashion. This is not a problem or a situation that you yourself caused, but you want karmic justice. This is somebody that's calling in their spiritual team and you're like, fix this for me. Handle this. I don't want to plead my case. I don't want to keep telling my story about what happened. I just want you to do the thing for me. This is somebody that's calling out to the universe or whomever you pray to, and you're asking them to correct this situation. And guess what? Whomever you pray to has heard you. That's why this person is coming in to apologize. They're coming in to reconcile, and they're hoping that you will accept their apology. It's totally up to you if you decide to forgive them or not. You know, the number 11 is a message from your angels concerning your soul mission or greater life purpose. So when the angel sends you a message containing this master number 11, they are sending you inspiration, encouragement to develop your abilities and ways that will help humanity. Angel number 11 symbolizes the principles of spiritual enlightenment and the awakening of it. This is also a reminder from our angels that we have all come to this physical world from the realm of spirit. So if the angel number 1 is about leadership, optimism, positivity, and taking the initiative as you're doing with the Chariot card, going full speed ahead, master number 11 multiplies these attributes to a higher power. The number 11 represents a transmutation of your personal power to a higher, more spiritual level. This is someone that doesn't like what someone has done. But instead of you handling it with your hands, getting your hands dirty, you're saying to the universe, deal with this. I'm asking for karmic justice. You saw what was done to me, what was said about me. You saw how things have been unfair. Handle it. The universe is handling it because this person is going to come in with an apology, but it's totally going to be up to you if you accept their apology or not. Listen, we all have choices. We have the number 18, which is the moon, right? We have the moon card. When the moon card appears in a reading, someone lied on you. Someone wasn't telling the truth. You're tired. You're not pleading your case with anyone. You're not saying this is what really happened. You could care less. You're tired of explaining. It's like if they believe you, they believe you. And if they don't, they don't. That's how you really feel. You're not explaining what happened because you know that it was nothing that you done to have caused this chaos and calamity. However, this person that wants to reconcile with you, they're not coming back with the whole truth. They're hoping that they really don't even have to discuss what transpired. They're going to try to weave their way through it. So when the moon card appears, this is the moon illuminating their bullshit. Plain and simple. They're coming back with the apology. You know how sometimes people give you the half-ass apology and you know it's not sincere? If it was sincere, then they would like to get to the root of the problem. This person doesn't want to get to the root of the problem. The moon is here because the moon is illuminating this person. This person fears that you won't accept their apology as well. They fear that. And the only reason why you may not, as I see, you may not accept their apology because you want to get to the root of it. Why did you do this to me? Why did you treat me in this manner? Why? This person doesn't want to answer the reason why. And if they can't answer you, and if they can't talk it through with you to find out how we got here, then you're not wasting your time with them at all. You know, let me get back. I was about to move forward. But in the tarot deck, the number 18 is linked to the moon, as you can see, which also represents the same insecurities and also things that are hidden being revealed. You know, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Work on your self-esteem. Look for the real causes behind this person's actions, even if they're not coming back with the whole truth. Listen, you may be upset with someone for his or her actions that you consider to be a friend, an ex-lover, a family member. But ask yourself, do I really want to be bothered with them if we can't talk like adults? Because you want to get to the root of it. You want to know the reasons why. Why did you do me like this? Why did you lie on me? Why did you hurt me? And sometimes people can't even answer the question because they don't even know why they did it themselves. And that's the truth. We have the Knight of Swords. Listen, this person is taking action towards you. They're rushing in. They're ambitious. They want you to forgive them. They don't want to talk about it, but they want you to forgive them. They just want you to open the door, say, come on, sit on the couch and let's kumbaya. They want you to act like whatever this was never happened, but it did. It happened. We have the Six of Wands. This is you. You are a very prideful person, whoever I'm speaking to. The Six of Wands is someone who is very prideful. But it's good to be prideful, right? Because that means you have established your boundaries. Hello, how are you? That means you've established your boundaries and you will be the victor. You will be victorious in this situation. Listen, people are recognizing that you're changing, and especially they're so used to you forgiving this person. No more. So you're receiving public recognition because they're saying she or he is going to let them back in. They're going to go through the same BS again. But you're saying, no, I'm not. You're starting off with the Chariot. You're moving full speed ahead. If this person is not coming to you like an adult, and to whereas you can sit down and you can discuss what transpired, you want to know why. Why did you do me like this? Why did you treat me like this when I've been so good to you? You're going to be victorious no matter what. We have the Ten of Cups. As I said, you're going to be victorious. The Ten of Cups, you're going to have your peace. You're going to have your happiness. Listen, I'm speaking to a person who's all about family, right? And you're content without this person. If this person is not coming to you as an adult, apologizing, telling you everything you want to hear, discussing everything that you want to discuss, you're moving full speed ahead. Listen, you're strong. People don't see that in you. They're like, she's going to take him back. He's going to take her back. Whatever the case may be. But you're like, shame on you. I've changed. I'm going to be victorious. And people are like, wow, they have really changed. The Ten of Cups, you want peace. You're tired of bickering. You're tired of arguing. You're tired of people lying on you. Whatever the case may be, cheating, whatever. It's all about you, your peace, your happiness. That's why the Ten of Cups is here. I told you, you're going to be victorious no matter what. We have the Page of Pentacles. Listen, you're like, did I ask for too much? Absolutely not. All you require and all you require from people is a practical relationship, someone that's trustworthy. That's it. I need to be able to trust you. I want a trustworthy person in my life. This person wasn't it. Even though they want to come back, they're not coming back being honest, wanting to talk. They're not even trying to give you what you desire. And all you want is the truth. And being that you know that you can't trust them and they can't have a simple conversation with you, and all you want to know is why. Why did you do me like that? What did I do to you? You don't require much. You know how people have bucket lists, right? When it comes to relationships, whether it be a significant other, whether it be a family member, a co-worker, whomever. I'm speaking to someone whose bucket list is so small. Their checklist is so small. And all you have up there is trustworthy. I want someone that I can trust, that doesn't make me doubt the connection, period. We have the Seven of Cups. This is you being wishful. The Seven of Cups is wishful thinking, right? You have options. See, when people do you wrong, they don't realize that they've lost a good thing. People don't realize that you have options because you were always there for them. Always let them come back around. Always letting them spend the night, go in your refrigerator, sit on your toilet. They thought that you would always be there. Whether it's a significant other, whether it is a family member, whomever this person is to you, you have options. People misjudge. And shame on them. Because even if this is a significant other, they thought you would always be there. And that they can come around playing games and that you wouldn't find anyone else. They forgot that they were with the prize. You are the prize. They thought they were the prize because you were loyal to them. You are the prize. That's why you have the Ten of Cups. Even if this is a family member, you're like, okay, I can't trust you. You're disloyal. You're realizing that blood is not always thicker than water. Sometimes blood comes diluted. Guess what? No matter who this is, you are stellar. You are the one. You are the one. Let me just say, guess what? They doubted you, and that's their fault. Shame on them. You just want a person or people to be around you that you can trust. You're not asking for much. At the bottom of the deck, didn't I tell you that you were going to be the victor? You're going to be victorious no matter what. You have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. The Wheel of Fortune simply means this is your fate. This is your destiny, right? You're putting an end to people's bullshit, their bad behaviors. You're putting an end to allowing people to walk in and out of your life, treating you like you are the doormat. You're not a doormat. And your home is not a revolving door to whereas people could just come in whenever they feel like it, leave whenever they feel like it. Guess what? You're done with all of that. You have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a turning point. No one sees this coming, but we do. Because your first card out is the Cancer card. This is the Chariot. You're moving full speed ahead. All gas and no brakes. You're like, look, I'm tired of this situation. I'm not dealing with this anymore. These people, right? This person. But the number 10. Let me ask you a question. Have you been seeing the number 10? Really think about it. Have you been seeing the number 10? If so, your angels are sending you guidance, love, and support. If you haven't noticed the number 10, you will start seeing it within a day or two. Really, really pay attention. Those of you who have been seeing the number 10 are at the beginning of your spiritual journey, or you are beginning a new phase of your spiritual journey. And those of you who haven't noticed the number 10, you will begin to see it in a day or two. And that is when your spiritual journey will begin. This spiritual beginning includes an expansion of a spiritual connection and increased spiritual awakening. Somebody asked, do you give classes, right? Wake it. It's going to wake up inside of you. If it's a part of you and if it's in you, you can wake it up. With the combined energy of the angel number 1 and the angel number 0, the angel number 10 signifies new beginnings and fresh starts of all things spiritual. So when you see the number 10, you are being freed from bad habits, destructive behaviors, because bad habits are you opening the door for this person all the time, letting them treat you like a doormat. You are not a doormat. Your home is not a revolving door for people to come in and out. And you, if this is about a relationship, a significant other, your body is not a revolving door. So don't let anybody use you or mistreat you. You're being freed from bad habits and destructive behaviors. It also means that your life is about to have major improvements, plain and simple. There may be also a need for you to avoid certain people or a certain person or situations because they aren't good for you, as we've discussed. Let me just tell you, it's time for you to stop holding back and embrace these new opportunities, these new changes in your life. And that's what you're doing. Nobody is going to see this coming because they're so used to you. Everybody's like, oh, she'll forgive them. He'll forgive them. Nope, not anymore. Let me tell you, not anymore. They had you messed up. People thought they knew you, but they don't realize when a person is tired, a person is tired. Be careful. When a person says they're tired, they really mean it. Not too many people use that word. Not unless they went to work all day long. They come home, they still got to clean, they still got to cook, they still got to do everything that somebody else should have done. But when a person, let's just say, has been home, and if they say to someone, listen, I'm tired, please believe them, they're tired. This reading, although we have this person, and I don't want to disrespect them, this person that doesn't want to have an honest conversation. Thank you for the gift. All you require is something that's so simple, and you want to be able to trust the people around you. You don't have much on your checklist, your bucket list. People have so many things on their desired list, but you have one thing, and you want someone around you that you can trust. You want all the people around you to be trustworthy. You haven't been getting that, and you're tired of it. That's why you have the Ten of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you couldn't ask for anything better because you have this new beginning. Now it's up to you to finish this new beginning. What I mean by finishing it is how you begin it. You realize, I'm tired, I'm done. Okay, we got it. Now what are you going to do with it? What I would do, I don't ever give anybody advice. Thank you for the roses. But I would call upon my spiritual team and say, I accept all the help that you can give. Thank you for the roses. That's exactly what I would do. I would say to them, I accept all the help that you can give to me. You know, anytime I do a personal reading for anyone, I'm always asking, as soon as they call me, is it okay if I discuss everything that I see first? Thank you so much for the gifts. I said, let me speak, and then after I'm done speaking, we can talk. You can ask me any question you want, and they're okay. What I see with this person right here is that they're tired. So tired. You're walking away. You're setting boundaries. You are not a revolving door. Your home is not a revolving door. You're changing. You're setting boundaries. So your new beginning is 1000% all about you. No inclusion of anything else but you. Setting your life up. This is your stage, and you are the director. How do you want your story to begin? Because a part of you just ended. Not taking anyone's BS anymore. So set the stage the way that you desire. I never give anyone advice, but when I'm done, I'm done. When I'm done with a person, I'm done. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let me see. Oh, I love that. You know, I just read this comment. Hello. Her new beginning is going to nursing school and never asking anyone for shit. Let me tell you, my daughter, I have one that is a nurse, a certified nurse, and I have one that's a CNA. The one that's a CNA, she thinks that it's enough, right? And she gets mad when I tell her, you're doing the grunt work for the nurses. You're the cleanup woman. You want more. You should want more. And so I commend you. Going to school, do what you have to do for you. I always said to my kids, you don't have to go to college. However, what you want in life, the way that you want to eat is totally up to you. And I would ask them, do you want oodles and noodles, right? Or do you want steak and lobster? I'm just saying, I'm using food as an example. But I would say to them, how you want to eat is how you're going to have to work. There are successful people that don't go to college. There are successful people that do go to college. One of my daughters had a later start going to school. But with her later start going to school, she's putting in the summers as well, right? She has no time to play with anyone. Now, sometimes I do get a little jealous when it comes to her homework. And I'm like, hey, and I call her like 10, 20 times a day. And then let me tell you what she did to me. I guess she said, since I don't say to no to mommy that much, she said to me, I need to get upstairs and do my homework. I said, what? It's 11 o'clock at night. She said, yeah, but you kept calling me all day. Now, 1 o'clock in the morning, she was like, I was only able to get one assignment. And she said both were done, but one didn't go through on time. And I was like, ugh. So now I back up, right? And I wait for her to give me time when she can. Let me tell you, congratulations on nursing school. You'll do well. The world needs more. The world needs more caring people, loving people in our hospitals, in our doctors' offices, so do your thing, do your thing. I always say you can tell a lot about a person by the career that they choose. However, just treat the people the way you want to be treated. I believe that wholeheartedly. I really do. You stay blessed as well. You stay blessed as well. And you're welcome. You're welcome. That's one of my biggest things. Let me tell you, that's one of my biggest things. It takes a strong person to work in the medical field, right? It really does, because you encounter so many different things. So many different things, so many situations. Oh, please believe me. You encounter so many different things. I used to schedule appointments in a hospital, right, for surgery for cancer patients. And the cancer patients were children. So I had my own area to where I was the head person. But they say that you can't get close to the families, right? You're not supposed to. And oh my God, every time a kid would come in, I'm crying with the parents. And I'm like, it's going to be okay. And then my boss, she's like, we're moving you. And I'm like, huh? And she was like, you can't do this. And I'm like, forget that. I need to know they're going to be okay. But I'm a seer. So I'm giving the parents hope, and I'm saying things without saying too much. But I'm crying with them because I understood. So then they moved me to another side of the hospital. So I scheduled for broken bones, right? But then guess what? I had the elderly. So now I'm talking to the elderly. I'm leaving from behind my desk. I'm pushing them in the wheelchair. And they're like, you can't do that. And I'm like, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. So I was always hands-on, right? And that's like me. When I do readings, my husband, look, your time is up. And I'm like, he's like, listen, I'm monitoring your time when you do readings. Your time is up. And I'm like, my goodness, but I'm just one of them. Listen, I'm a Cancer, okay? I'm a Cancer. I just care. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can to end this reading for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have to end this reading? What does someone need to know? Someone that's using all gas and no brakes. Spirit guides, what message do you have for whomever needs to hear it? Thank you so much. Am I letting fear stop me? So are you letting fear stop you? Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable. As we see, all gas, no brakes, right? You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. It's time for you to take center stage. Today's soul action. Today be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero. So that is who you will become. Setting those boundaries, that's the beginning of self-love, self-care. Trust me. We have, what is my body telling me right now? So what is your body telling you right now? Our body speaks to us through physical pain or discomfort. Our body sends messages for us to look more deeply, see the trapped emotions, the lurking fears and beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. Today's soul action. Get the book, Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay. Real book. It's a real book. It's not a thick book. Grab the book. It's very healing. I have the book. But get the book, Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay, and find the answers towards which your body is guiding you. It's a very good book, right? So let's just say if you have a headache, it can help you if you're the type of person that doesn't like to take traditional medications, right, from your doctor prescriptions, if you would rather go the herbal way. However, that headache, it'll help guide you to the reason why you have the headache. You know, where are the other pains coming from? Let's just say if you had a swollen knee, right? And let's just say we know you fell maybe 10 years ago, but it'll tell you the root of it. However, the book is healing because it can also help you to remedy these issues, right? But it's a very good book about the body. Once again, Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay. I bought the book years ago. If I had a magic wand and could have anything I desired in life, what would I choose? So if you had a magic wand and you twirled it around and you made a wish, what would you wish for if you could have anything? Burn with desire. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. Once again, you're taking flight. You're going full speed ahead with this Chariot card, using all gas, no brakes. Nobody or anything is going to get into your way. Today's soul action. Today, go inward. Your answers lie within. What do you desire? Choose what makes you happy and do just that. Excuse me. Choose what makes you happy and do just that. What is the most limiting belief keeping you from what you want right now? What is the most limiting belief that's keeping you from doing what you want right now? What story are you telling yourself when you think about your dreams? What is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it is possible. That's the same thing about meditating and praying. Meditating and praying are equal. They are the same thing. As I've explained on this platform, when a person prays, 9 times out of 10, they get on their knees and pray. When a person meditates, they sit on their buttocks and they meditate, right? Same things. You're asking for something, or for guidance, for help, for someone to be well, whatever the case may be, for financial stability. But when you ask, whether you're praying and you're religious or you're meditating and you are spiritual, you can't doubt. because you confuse whomever you're praying to. It's like you're asking for $1 million, but then you're like, okay, I need $1 million. I want $1 million, right? That's what you're saying out loud to whomever you're praying to, or in your mind, you're saying it to them. But then there's that nagging part of you like, I know I'm not going to get it. I don't even know why I just asked. Well, then maybe I will get it. So, to whereas something was coming towards you, you stopped it. You put a pause on your own blessing. You can't doubt and ask for something at the same time. They don't go together. Like, what does peanut butter and spaghetti sauce? They don't go together. But peanut butter and jelly does. I'm just saying, right? You can't pray and doubt. You can't meditate and doubt. You know, one of the biggest things that you have to understand is whatever you're asking for, you have to have a mental picture of it and see yourself with it. Let's like the young lady, the nursing school. You have to see yourself with the diploma and know you're going to finish it and everything is going to be okay. Right? So, I'm just saying, listen, I want another motorcycle, right? So I have to see myself sitting on it, you know? I have to visualize it, right? And I'm getting older, I know, but listen, I have to visualize myself with it. Anything you ask for, you can't have doubt. You have to believe that you already have it in order to receive it. Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up in my life? So are you getting enough rest to fully show up in your life? You are the asset. This body is your vehicle. Notice how your body is feeling, how much sleep you are getting, and what you can do to help your body rest. Today's soul action: take a bath. Put on some lavender essential oil, go to bed ridiculously early, or give yourself a timeout today. Notice your body thanking you. So there's someone here who needs rest. Rest. Rest equals rejuvenation. You need to rest so that you can show up fully for yourself. Today's mantra: the more I give myself permission to rest, the more I can contribute. What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What is the most limiting belief that is keeping you from getting you what you want right now, from you getting what you want right now? Excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied, right? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because part of you believes that it's not possible. Today's soul action is time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your beliefs is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, and upgrade it. You can't pray and doubt. They don't go together. You can't meditate and doubt. They don't go together. You pray and believe because you know that it is possible. You meditate because you know that it is possible. However, the most important thing, both are equal. Both are equal. You can't have any doubt. You have to believe. If you're new here, I have a video on how I obtained a mortgage with $5 in my bank account. That was through the art of meditation. True story. That was years ago, right? But it's still a true story. And what I did, my children were smaller. They are adults now. They're in their 30s and in their late 20s. However, I went to them and I said, Mommy needs your help. Mommy wants to buy a house. And I need you guys to believe that we're going to get this house. Guess what? And I did. I obtained a mortgage with $5 in my bank account. Now, it wasn't the best mortgage. That's when those prices were up and down. It was a balloon mortgage, but damn it, I got the mortgage, right? Yes. Where am I called to use my voice right now? Where are you called to use your voice? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Today's soul action. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. Speak your truth. You are a person that desires to be around people who are trustworthy. You're not asking for much, but you want to be around someone that you can trust. You want to be with someone that you can trust. However, that's not asking for much. You are a person that doesn't have a big list. You have, I just need to be able to trust you. At the bottom of the deck, from whom can I release judgment right now? So, who can you release judgment right now? Judgment closes our heart to the truth. It separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Today's soul action. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. That's how you release. That's how you release and set boundaries. You know, understanding that we as people can't change anyone. The only person that we can change is who we are. You have to accept a person for who they are. Plain and simple. When you release expectations on how you assume a person should be, then you won't be disappointed. You won't be hurt by them. You have to accept a person for who they are. A liar is going to be a liar. A thief is going to be a thief. An alcoholic is going to be an alcoholic. A drug addict is going to be a drug addict, and so on. A person is going to be who they are. You can't change anyone. The only person in this world that you can change is yourself. Yes, you can offer advice, but for some people, it's just going to be a waste of your breath. They'll change when they're ready, if they desire to change. I thank you for the new follows. I thank you most importantly for your time. I had a little time today to engage, and I'm truly grateful for the question that I had about, mediumship, about psychics, I advise you, before you take any class, before you pay any person to teach you something that may already be a part of you that's lying dormant, that you work on yourself first. But people charge ridiculous amounts of money. I've seen it. Guess what? And some of them don't even have any abilities at all. True story. And some do. But just because they do, it doesn't mean that you're going to walk away with a gift. However, if you're not someone that has these special gifts that you were born with, or they came to you later on in life, right? If you're someone that has none of these things, always remember, whomever your teacher is already knows the ins and outs of what you must pay. But a lot of times people are not even forthright willing to tell you that there is a price to pay for that level of being able to see, being able to hear, feel, taste. So I would see first and connect with my own ancestral line. From there, then I would learn about energy, how to manipulate it. That means how to use it. And then after that, you can come back to me if you can master the art of that, instead of paying somebody thousands of dollars, right, to possibly teach you nothing, for you to walk away with no gifts. And then people say that they have certificates, right? Why would you need a certificate for something that's already a part of you if it's in you? So you have to just be careful, right? Because people scam all the time, right? People scam all the time. So you just have to be careful. But I thank you for your time. I send to you nothing but love and light. I will be back tomorrow. And I'm going to do something different tomorrow, right? As a matter of fact, my daughter put an idea in my head. So I give her that. You know what I mean? But I'm going to switch some things up. I get bored. But I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you. Good night. Thank you for the gifts as well. Thank you.